Hello and welcome back to the Amazon reviews. Okay, today I have chosen to look at a book, The Fine Art of Small Talk. How to start a conversation, keep it going, and build networking skills and leave a positive impression. Yes, Deborah Fine has written this book. It's very interesting. The title is very interesting. So she said that it is an art, so it's hard to learn it, and it implies that it does not have any rules that we can learn, but it is an art. So it depends from situation to situation. But how to start a conversation? Usually we are fairly good at starting conversations. We are not that good at keep it going. We are good or not at building networking skills and leave a positive impression. All very good things to achieve. Okay, we have copyrighted, so we can see how to start conversation. Okay, contents. So we have the preface, chapter 1, what's the big deal about small talk. So she will probably address what it is about small talk. Chapter 2, get over your mom's good intentions. Okay, take the plunge, start a conversation. So here she probably urges us to start a conversation with a stranger. Not bad advice. Keep the conversation going. So here we probably have the meat, so we can know what to do. Let's give them something to talk about. So here she probably talks about leaving a good impression. Yes, it is good advice, but usually it's best to leave the other person feeling that she or he is the smart one in the conversation, and she will remember that. Then we have hearing aids and listening devices. I don't know what's going to talk about here. Prevent pregnant pauses with preparation. Okay, a good thing to look at in conversational cloud. Crimes and misdemeanors. The graceful exit. This is good. How to gracefully exit. That's great. When comes the silence, then it's good to have a graceful exit. Good one. The conversational ball is in your court. Okay, so probably she tells us that we are in control of the conversation once we get to know her secrets. Make the most of networking events. I guess that here she talks about some useful tips. For example, I remember Jim Rohn talking about networking events, and that he used to eat at home, and at networking events he networked. And probably she will tell you that you go from person to person, introduce yourself, which is good advice if you're that of social butterfly. Then surviving the single scene. So probably she's talking about people that are single, or maybe single at an event, I don't know. The feel good factor, holiday party savvy, and carpe diem. Okay, so then she probably tells us that there is nothing wrong with talking with other people, and people love to talk, and so we should really enjoy ourselves. Okay, the preface. As a girl, I had been an overweight, reticent kid who sat invisible in the back of the class, often excluded because of my size. Okay, one of the most vivid memories of childhood is that of a birthday party for my third grade classmate Rita. Every girl in my class was invited except for one other very overweight girl and me. That experience was so hurtful that I withdrew into a world of books. I had no idea how to make a friend or have a friend. Consequently, I never learned how to talk to my peers. Naturally, when I got older, I selected a career without a high demand for conversation. I became an engineer, a perfect choice since engineering tends to be highly technical and requires little chatting. I routinely made technical presentations or answered complex engineering questions without any trouble. So, where did she have trouble? All that was required was competence in my field. Okay, I probably guess she had it. However, when I was sent to conferences or industry meetings, I was expected to mingle with colleagues, network. So, okay, I guess this is where she had problems. Meet clients. So she was filled with panic. She only knew one way to start a conversation. Without fail, I would ask every person I met, "What do you do?" Yes, it's a fail-safe question, but the problem is that after that it gets usually boring. So after we exchanged career notes, the conversation invariably spluttered to an agonizing halt. She didn't know how to keep it going, so she skipped every social function she could. The ones she couldn't, she would arrive late, leave early, and in between, pray that some other person with better skills and kind heart will rescue me by initiating a conversation. Okay, so as you see, I have a little problem with my pronunciation because English is not my first language, but I'm making these videos to learn something and to improve my English. So let's get ahead. So she struggled with the art of conversation throughout her tenure as an engineer. Then she took a break from her career to have her two children. Great idea. And I wonder how did she get a husband if she didn't have that skills. In that interlude, I decided that she was wary of being overweight and self-conscious, so she lost 65 pounds. Her self-image improved. Okay, not a great thing to have to rely on looks. So she wanted to have friends and to have fun. To do so, she knew that she would have to acquire better social skills. So she took note of those who were successful at cultivating friendships and mingling in a crowd. She watched their techniques and timidly began to imitate them. Great idea. Imitation is a good idea in the beginning, I think. Yes. My motivation went into overdrive after my husband and I divorced. Okay, so she divorced. Probably wonder why. I realized that I would have to start socializing if I wanted to meet anyone. Here, I wonder how did she get engaged in the first place and married. Here was approaching 40 years of age, having been out of my field for a number of years and needing to meet people. So it was a daunting prospect, to say the least. But she realized that acquiring conversation skills wasn't rocket science. Okay. I don't know what she based that on, but okay. I think that for some people it really could be rocket science. So she convinced herself it couldn't be that tough, or she wouldn't see so many people doing it so well. I wonder where. I made it my goal to figure out how to keep a conversation going for longer than 5 minutes. Great skill, great goal, I like it. One of my first experience with small talk was a life-changing success. So she went to a happy hour at a local night spot with a girlfriend. A man across the room began making eye contact with me. All night we kept exchanging glances, never speaking. My girlfriend prodded me. "Deborah," she said, "just go over there and say something to him. Maybe she could go there and say, 'Hello, how are you doing?' And then it could go on from there, if there is chemistry, as they say." I replied, "Oh, I don't know. I don't have anything to say. Besides, if he wanted to meet me, he would have come over by now." Okay. It's an argument, but my girlfriend would not relent. She was so adamant that her challenge finally inspired me to go over and introduce myself to him. Oh, finally. As I walked across the room, my heart pounded so loudly I could hardly hear myself say hello to the man I know as Rex. Great. He pulled out a chair and said he was delighted to meet me. Oh, really? And why did he not approach before? From the inauspicious beginning, we began to date each other. Oh, the first time she had a success. Great, Deborah. A friendship developed and I learned a lot about Rex. The most important thing I came to learn though was why Rex hadn't approached me first at the happy hour. Okay, I was certain that his relax was unspoken commentary of some fault of mine. It had to be that I was too tall, that I still waited too much, or that I just wasn't his type. I could not have been more wrong. It wasn't about me at all. It was about him. Yes, it is usually about other people. He was too shy to approach me. Yes, usually because guys who approach get um, get dropped down. So I couldn't believe it. It really turned my thinking around. For the first time, I understood that there were lots of talented, educated, wonderful people in the world who are incredibly shy. Yes, it is. I realized that if my girlfriend hadn't insisted, and I hadn't found my courage, I never would have met a man who became an integral part of my life. No, I didn't marry him, but he did become one of my closest friends. That experience made me a convert to small talk. I finally understood what a great tool it could be for building rapport with people. Yes, building rapport with people is very important. So she devoted myself to learning about it, practicing it, and helping others become good at it. I started my business, The Fine Art of Small Talk, oh my god, and have been small talking my way around the country ever since. I have met countless fascinating people and made many friends. My life is now richly populated with a diversity of individuals who bring added meaning and depth to each of my days. So she says, my goal in writing this book is to offer what I have learned so that you too can reap the reward that come from having a repertoire for conversational skills. So she did not learn that from a book, but she has written a book. She says that she went on to imitate people and watch them do the things that they do, and then she imitated it, and then she went on to address people, and she went across the country, and so she made her goal to learn it, and then she went around and trying it. So okay, that's the spirit. The techniques, tips, and skills in these books are for everyone, not just nerds. I know salespeople who are wonderful making formal presentations but who enter a network event in a cold sweat. I've met teachers who can chat with students and colleagues but have no idea what to say to parents at school functions. Harried yet happy stay-at-home moms are a bundle of entertainment at a playgroup but walk away from a junior league meeting or church event feeling isolated and disconnected. I know one physician who closed his practice and joined an HMO because despite his gift as a healer, he lacked the conversational skills and confidence to garner new referrals. The list goes on. Competent people from all walks of life need assistance to develop conversational skills. This book will provide you those small talk skills. Okay, let's hope. Enhancing your conversational skills will no doubt improve your quality of life. Yes, I think so. I think you'll be surprised at the potency of small talk. It has an amazing ripple effect. Becoming a good conversationalist will bring new people into your network of friends and colleagues. You will find joy in the social events you used to dread, and you will create pathways and channels for new opportunities. Okay, then she has a questionnaire, probably useless. Well, how do you do? Once you master small talk, you're guaranteed to build business. We don't know. A guarantee is too much to say. Make friends? Oh yes, maybe. Improve networking skills, get dates, land jobs. Alright, that's enough small talk. Let's get down to business. Okay, I like that one. The fine art of small talk. Let we see. Okay, too small to read. What's the big deal about small talk? Okay, very good use of words. So big deal, small talk, great one, I like it. So what's the big deal about small talk? You pull into the parking lot, turn off the engine and sit for a minute writing the next 2 hours. Okay, this is a summary, getting to the big stuff. Okay. In an indirect but very important way, small talk relates to how business and individuals spend money. In general, People and organizations spend money for two reasons: to solve a problem or fill a need. Yes, that's true. Usually it's to get money, and to get money they need to fill a need or to solve some problems, and through solving problems they fill a need. So think about it. You dash into a fast food restaurant for lunch so you can spare yourself from packing leftovers. You hire a babysitter so you can escape for an evening out. Yes. You pay a lawn care company to cut your grass so you can enjoy more free time and fewer allergy symptoms. Yes, that's usually true. I would love to that too. To gain good positive feelings. So my neighbor Susan continues banking with the same institution even though another bank in our neighborhood offers a better fee. Free checking deal because she likes the people. My friend, okay, yes, Vince moved to the opposite side of town and still drives back to the old neighborhood to take his dog to the vet. Although he and the vet do not socialize together, he can't imagine going anywhere else. He likes that particular vet. Yes, it's good things to know. Okay, acknowledgement, not very important to her. Okay, so once continue from the flap. Once you master the fine art of small talk, you will excel at making others feel included, valued, and comfortable. So, yes, it is important to make others feel included. Very important. Valued, yes, most of the times we feel undervalued, and comfortable. Yes, we love to be comfortable. Let Deborah Fine turn you into small talk expert and watch the contacts, business deals, and social relationships multiply before your eyes. Yes. Good ad. Okay. Deborah Fine grew up shy and quiet and began her career as self-described engine nerd. Now nationally recognized as a speaker and trainer, she presents her small talk program to more than 5 times a year. Okay. She lives in Colorado with her husband and their blended family of 4 children. Good one. I like it. I like blended families. So, nationally recognized communication expert, so reveals the techniques and strategies anyone can use to make small talk in any situation. Good. Do you spend a normal amount of time hiding out in the bathroom, hanging out the buffet, table social gatherings? Does the thought of striking up a conversation with a stranger make your stomach do flip-flops? Do you sit nervously through job interviews waiting for the other person to speak? Are you nervous Ned or Nelly when it comes to networking? Then it's time you master the fine art of small talk. Okay, practical advice. Okay, let us see some interviews. So, top reviews. Let me see the first one. So, David Arnold wrote, detailed and specific strategies to improve your daily communication skills. I would put this book in the category of professional self-help. Because of my desire to further my career, I have strayed away from the enjoyment of fiction and my David Baldacci obsession to this genre. I received this book on Saturday and finished it with 2 days. It is very short read, about 200 pages, larger print, small pages, and have several comic-style strips and long lists taking up space, making it a quick read, 3 hours. As far as content goes, the book actually does deliver. It has some very detailed advice regarding to people, from starting a conversation, continuing conversation, transitionings, topics of conversation, etc. The reason I knocked off 1 star is because each category the author gives taxonomies. Example, the type 5 conversation killers, but does not go on to direct the reader on how to correct these behaviors. One other pitfall I found in the book is the amount of confidence building or ego stroking the author conveys, although I understand the audience and the reason for this. It is little too much at times. Overall, I think this book is great, especially for people who experience anxiety with social situations. With that being said, the book does not do the work for you, but it does prepare you on how to effectively make social situations more successful. I even gave it to my intern, who in a recent colleague read and has been open about her anxiety at professional mixers, and she found it very helpful. Some of the advice can easily be implemented very successfully the same day as reading, which I found give with confidence boost. Okay, let me see one bad review. Okay, K Brown, she says no, probably no substance. I really wanted this tape to be effective. It is important for me to improve my conversational skills in my job if I hope to advance. The tape is just hard to listen to. It's like listening to someone just ramble on and on. Yeah, probably it is small talk. It is a tape seminar, and I can only assume that the author was required to give 2 hour presentation. The problem is that there is only about 15 minutes worth of material. The author repeats herself constantly, gives 5 or 6 examples of points where one is sufficient, and really just beats around the bush instead of getting to the point. She tells many stories about herself which frankly are not engaging. Really, there is nothing of value here. Okay. But the average rating is 4.3 stars out of 5, so maybe for someone it is a good read. I don't know if I'm going to buy it. I will still think about it. So let me know in the section below, comments below, what do you think about this book, and if you have read The Fine Art of Small Talking, please tell me what do you think about it. So thank you very much. Rocco Di Pietro out. Peace. Have a good day.